Do you ever think, I don't want to say anything because people might think poorly of me if I stutter? Do you ever think I have to get those words out really quickly because people just don't have the patience to listen to me? Do you ever think I have to really try not to stutter because other people are going to feel uncomfortable if I stutter? Do you ever think I better not stutter because people are going to think that I'm stupid or that I can't do a simple thing? These are thoughts that my clients have expressed, and I get it. I understand where they're coming from. But these feelings are feelings that are making life harder for you. I'm Barbara Dahm, the Unconventional Clinician. And today I want to talk to you about being a people pleaser and how this makes it so much harder for you as a person who stutters. You know, when you're alone, you can say lots of things, even though your tendency is to process speech in a way that creates stuttering. But when you're alone, your stuttering is negligible. Then you're with another person, and wow, you can get it out. You just can't say what you want to say. Why is that? If you really couldn't say what you want to say, it wouldn't be more of a problem with other people than when you're alone. So it must be that you are doing something when you're with other people that you don't do when you're alone. What is it? It's that control. It's that trying. It's that wanting to be able to speak, not because you have something to say, but you want to get it out for the other person. That is the problem. So let's look at some of these thoughts that you might be having. And you tell me in the comments below, which ones are the ones that you think sometimes? Maybe you're thinking that other people don't have time for me to speak. Hey, whose time is more important? Their time or your time? Why do you think that other people don't have the time for you? Maybe because you don't have the time for you. Maybe because you don't think you deserve the time. This gets into your own self-esteem and the way you feel about yourself. So when you're worried about what other people might be thinking, or they're not having time for you, maybe it's feelings that you are projecting onto them. Maybe it's the way you feel about things. You wouldn't know if they don't have patience, if they don't tell you that. And let's say they do. Let's say that you're speaking and somebody does give you a look or a criticism. How do you take that? There are many ways to take criticism. You can take it as, hey, maybe there's something I can explore and change and learn from. Or you can take it as a value judgment. This proves I'm no good. They said something, or they looked at me, or they turned away. That proves I'm no good. But does it? Does it really prove you're no good? And if they don't have patience, whose problem is it? It's them that lack the patience. I think we have to separate who we are and who they are. and not try to project our feelings onto what other people might be thinking and feeling. And when other people think and feel things that might not be so nice, do we let it get inside of us? Does it become us? That's something that is really important to look at. Because when you're stuttering, you are producing speech inefficiently. That's a fact. So what? So what? If you want to speak more easily, okay. You want to learn how to do that? That's fine for you, but not for them. If you want to flow more when you're speaking, okay. You know you can do it because when you're alone you do it, right? At least more. So you can learn to do it with other people, but not when you're people pleasing. Not when the major thing in your life is what are they thinking about me? What are they saying about me? If you're afraid you're going to be laughed at, well, you know what? People get laughed at all the time. People get laughed at for the way they think, for the way they act, for the way they talk, for the way they walk, for the way they jump, for the way they write. People get laughed at all the time. That doesn't mean that we are bad. That's not a value judgment. People laugh at me a lot. I get laughed at for the way my accent sometimes. I get laughed at for my lack of memory, for the way I dance. Oh, the way I sing, for sure. We all get laughed at. But does that mean that we are less of a person? So maybe being laughed at and being criticized is something that we have to learn to take in a different way. Criticism is always going to be there. People get criticized and rejected for everything. It happens all the time because we don't all have the same tastes. We don't have the same likes. We don't have the same dislikes. We're all going to get rejected. But that is something that we don't have to take to heart. And certainly, you don't have to try to be fluent in order not to be rejected. If somebody is going to really reject you just because you stutter, well, so be it. You didn't really need that relationship anyway. It's hard, I know. But as you go forward, there are 3 things that you can do. One is don't project your thoughts onto other people. Realize that what you're feeling is what you're feeling. You don't know what another person is thinking or feeling unless they express it. And even if they express something negative, the second thing is don't take every criticism or rejection as a personal judgment against you and who you are. And another thing is treat yourself with the same respect that you treat others. You know, they say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Well, how about doing to yourself what you do in consideration to other people? Because if you don't consider yourself, who's going to. You don't have to be fluent for anybody. You have the right to speak any way that you would like to speak. So take the time to get to know who you are. Believe in yourself. If you want to speak more easily, you can do it, but not being a people pleaser. So, if you agree with me, write down in the comments below or let me know how you feel about this subject. And if you like this video, give it a like and please don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one.